I'm Django Fett, and welcome. This is the group hangout number 3, Star Wars reviewer for the Star Wars Reviewers Facebook page. And instead of calling Star Wars reviews, it's actually called Star Wars Reviewers. My Facebook account was actually disabled, so I had to create another Facebook page, and we just called it Star Wars Reviewers. So, whatever. We still have all of our group members back, so it's all cool. So, I figured we'd do some introductions since we have a new member here. I'm Django Fett, and I'm the creator of Star Wars Reviewers. I'm always active on different Star Wars Facebook pages, as well as I also have a YouTube channel, which you're probably watching it right now, Django Fett, where I do a lot of comic reviews, TV show reviews, movies, whatever. And I also do a lot of podcasts where we talk about why we love the expanded universe. And I already did like 8 or 9 episodes, I think, with just a bunch of these guys right here you're seeing right now. So, yeah, that's who I am. So, second, Tristan, why is your mic muted?
He's eating saltines.
All right, fine.
I didn't want to people hear my crunching.
All right. All right.
Best
Forget
intro.
about you, Tristan. We're not going to. All right. Oh, no. Not Jeremy. No, I'm not going to go to Jeremy. Tevye. Why don't you go to Tevye?
Hello, I'm Terry Smoller, and if you see my YouTube page, I do video reviews, more movie reviews, video game reviews, some of the comic, but really random, and rants. Mostly rant on stupid ideas. Ghostbusters reboot! What is this garbage? You can watch that video. Also, I love the EU.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Dylan.
Hi, I'm Dylan, but you might know me better as John Tuttle. That's my internet alias. That's my name on the Facebook pages. I admin a Star Wars group, Expanded Universe Fans for More Legends. I also help run the new event page for the Alliance, which is doing the Heir to the Jedi raid. I also make EU abridges every now and then when I get the chance and get an idea. And I'm pretty active on the Pro Expanded Universe Star Wars pages. So yeah, that's me.
Okay, cool. Tristan. If he's not eating saltines.
Are you serious?
Take your time.
Bro. Hey, I got a quick technical question.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
Mine was switching screens between people that were popping up that were talking, and now all of a sudden it's not. How do I change that?
Yeah, I don't know how to switch that.
I usually just click on the
I think I.
You usually just click someone else's screen. That's it. Like, you don't really have to click on anybody else's.
Okay.
Yeah, I did it. I'm happy.
Okay. Dave, why don't you introduce yourself since Tristan's still eating?
All right. Put me on the spot here. Dave Lombardi. Basically, I'm admin on a whole crap load of Star Wars and Mandalorian stuff. Pretty much, I don't know. I've been a fan since this big, and yeah, that's about it.
Okay, cool. Tristan, now you this time.
yeah, I'm Tristan, aka Trashin, as some of you know me, or Ordo. I run a lot of pages and groups, but I'm probably about to get kicked out of one group because of bullshit. And oh yeah, so I admin a whole shitload of pages, some of which I don't really even get on, and I'm trying to write a Star Wars story, and yeah, that's about all I got. Oh yeah, and I'm a Minox Nest podcast. It's my podcast. Check it out.
Oh yeah, that website thing. I forgot about that.
You're back up after like a 3-month hiatus. You're back.
Yeah. Everybody missed me, especially, I know. Yeah. Anyways, on
All right, Jeremy.
our Sith Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Go ahead, Tristan. I'm sorry. I thought you were
I
done.
was saying, and on to our Sith friend who's reading a book.
He's busy right now. So
He's here for more support.
Leave Dark Lord alone here. Let's get to.
Come on, Dark
All right.
Lord. It's the rule of
All
war.
right,
Just get to Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Time for me to explain a few things. Hi, I'm Jeremy from Stupid Chainsaw Productions, the fallen YouTuber who pissed a lot of people off giving his own opinion, and has been blacklisted by many people. So, here's the deal, guys. All of you people who watch my videos, Project Flashpoint has begun, and you'll be seeing more of me in the not too distant future, but there will be changes, and yeah, I'm not gonna give too much away, but there is a comeback.
All right. Sean just joined us while we're doing introductions. So, Sean, I'm sorry to put you on the spot, man. I know you just came right, but you got to introduce yourself, man.
Hello. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I've never
Yeah.
done this before, so my name's Sean Watson. I live in Brownsburg, Indiana. I'm 42 years old and a big Star Wars fan. And this is my first time doing a hangout like this, so thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. We're glad to have you on board. Yeah, we saw pictures of. I saw plenty of pictures of your room, which is pretty awesome. It was really cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. All right, so I got a bunch of topics I'll discuss that we can talk about. The first one being that a lot of our viewers are not familiar with the expanded universe. So I figured we'd pick at least one either book, comic, TV show, or video game in which they can...
Video game?
Yeah, a video game in which they can really experience for themselves to really get into the expanded universe. So let me just go through the rest of these topics, then we can discuss our list. So the second topic would be 3 Legend Epic Collections volumes that Marvel's coming out with.
That word again.
Sorry, title.
I know. Dave said not to use the L word, so. It's not And okay, so I'll let Dylan talk about that more. The Humble Bundle sale, I'll let Dylan talk about that as well.
It's a Dylan Haley podcast.
Yeah, I know. I'm just putting everything on Dylan right now.
If I must.
Yeah. I'll put. Hey, man, I'm doing all this stuff. I'm doing all this right here. All right. What we are reading right now, Star Wars EU website. I'll let Dave talk about that more. The Rebel Raid, Dylan, that's you again. And then the big news that just happened today, Spock dying. I know it's not Star Wars stuff, but that's something I definitely think we should talk about. Because it's just huge, man. It's really big. And the last is the Facebook page that I just created, Crossroads of the Omniverse. So that's just going to be the last thing. So let's start with
Sorry.
Okay, so let's start with the topic. Okay, so what book, comic, TV show, video game, one of those things do you guys? I'll just choose. I'll just pick Dave right now. What would you pick for like newbies to the EU to really experience for themselves?
Well, I think that if somebody wants to spark into the EU the way they should spark into it the way it originally was meant to, the way, Timothy Zahn brought it in. And come in with Heir to the Empire. Be smacked in the face the way I was in 1991 and be like, what the heck is going on here? Like, and you're like, hey, here's this New Republic. You're 5 years after, the second Death Star's been destroyed. You have no idea what's going on. And it's like, all this stuff has happened. And all of a sudden, now you're just craving more books. So that's just... It just leaves you wanting more.
Yeah, I agree.
So that'd be Heir to the Empire for you?
Agreed.
They're just all around. It's just leaves you wanting more.
Such a good story.
Yep.
So good.
Okay.
It's
All
the
right.
one that got me started.
All right, Dylan, why don't you go ahead, man?
Okay, well, assuming someone who is new to the Star Wars expanded universe, most people, when they think of Star Wars, think of the movie. So I thought along the lines of, let's ease into the expanded universe here and start out with a great series. Star Wars The Clone Wars by Gennady Tartakovsky, Volume 1 and Volume 2. The full thing is about 2 hours and 13 minutes, so it's about, if you watch the entire show is, or the entire series is basically one movie. So, and it's a good one because it takes place between episode 2 and 3. It goes through a lot of, the first series, or first volume, which is season 1 and 2, are about 5-minute episodes which showcase different Jedi and showcase a lot of the main Jedi of Anakin and Obi-Wan, and actually shows Anakin's trial of skill, which is a very big thing in Jedi. And then the second season, which is Volume 3, actually ties in and leads up to Episode 3. So again, very good stuff. A lot of good things. A lot of good EU characters are in it, like Dirge and Krook, and it's your first time you get to meet General Grievous. So very fantastic series. If anyone wants to get in the EU, you can definitely start there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what more to say about that series. It's just so freaking excellent. Plus, it's like Asjad Ventress. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Ventress. Like, I'll just say Ventress. Ventress and Grievous.
Aside Ventress.
When Ventress and Grievous are they're just spectacular in that series. Like the introduction of them, they're just kicking ass. Like Grievous especially, he was just amazing. I mean, I love that series to death, and it really connects from episode 2 to 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It literally stops.
Fantastic.
It stops where episode 3 begins. It's that
exactly.
seamless.
Exactly.
That's the true Clone Wars.
Yes.
Wait, but what was the other Clone Wars show?
That's like
Part 2.
yeah, it's part 2. It's okay. Start with this one though. Start with this one.
Yes.
Give you a good
And
taste.
it's really short too. It's really short. Like each episode for Volume 1 is like 10 minutes. It's like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I mean, just genius. I don't know. Jeremy.
So,
Yeah.
my initial thought was, go with the Thrawn trilogy, go Shadows of the Empire, or just go something where everyone says to go to. But I know many people who look at the EU, well, not so much now because of the whole Disney situation, but beforehand, they were swamped. There was so much stuff in so many different time periods, they didn't know where to go. So I went and looked at my Star Wars shelf over here, and I'm like, you know what? Why don't we... I recommend Tales. Tales, although not all the series, they're not main continuity necessarily. Some of it's infinities, but you get a good taste of everything in Tales. It's a 6-volume series, a 24-issue comic, and you can get like a Darth Vader comic. And then the next story would be like something funny, like Skippy the Jedi Droid, something that's just really dumb, but people would like that because it's funny. And then there's like a Republic Commando story, and then there's an Old Republic story. There's just all these different stories, and you get a good taste of everything. It's a great way to start off stuff.
Yeah, there are just so many incredible stories, and one of my favorites. I'm not ruining anything, but there's a fight between Vader and Maul, and that
Maul?
is one of the greatest things I have ever seen. Yeah, it was just it's
Must
great.
must
You just
buy
have to read
that.
it.
I must read that. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's
Visionaries,
really
though?
awesome. What's that?
Django, wasn't that in Visionaries though?
No,
that's the Tales.
That was
it was
Obi-Wan.
Tales Volume 3, I think.
Yes.
Or,
Okay.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
You're thinking Visionaries when Obi-Wan fights Darth Maul on Tatooine?
yeah.
Darth Maul has the robot legs, I think is what you're thinking of.
Well, there was
Don't
one where
want to do it in the Clone Wars. Yeah, don't want to do it in the Clone Wars.
himself through the chest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where the inspiration
I feel very
for
dark.
Maul and
I
the
feel
Clone
like
Wars
that.
came from.
Yeah.
I'm getting.
I feel like
read
that.
so much that I get confused sometimes. That's just
Yeah.
Tales is great though. I have a bunch of them. So
Okay.
Sorry. too much.
Tristan, why don't you go ahead, man?
Okay, now I'm gonna recommend something that probably, well, somebody's gonna recommend it, but yeah, Republic Commando Hard Contact. It's a great story,
Mm-hmm.
and it was actually the first thing I read, kind of just because those guys are like the fucking Master Chief of Halo, or I mean
Yeah.
of Star Wars, but yeah, because I thought those guys are real badasses, and it's probably my favorite story so far, of
Mm-hmm.
everything I've read.
Yeah. Squad
Okay.
Fixer Sev
Yeah.
and Boss.
It's just like a series where it delves into another squad called Omega Squad, and they're different from Delta Squad, but there is
I love
just
Delta Squad.
more of a human connection compared to Delta Squad, in my opinion. Like they're just like instead of like seeing the clones as just like robots in like the new
Yeah.
Clone Wars series or whatever, they're more human. They're more relatable.
Yeah, they give you a whole new perspective on things, and you will not look at things the same way after you read those
No.
books.
Yeah, definitely dive into that
Yep.
series. Great series. Not just the first book, but the entire series as a whole. Great.
Once you read the first one, you're gonna want to read the rest.
Oh yeah, you want to get into the next one, and then the next one after that. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. All right, Tevya, why don't you go ahead, man?
Oh. For me personally, I have a video game recommendation and some comic series. Well, not comic, more book series. But since I go to one,
Just go with one.
yeah, I'll go to one. So I got an E for video games, obviously, and I wish it wasn't released because shit. I go to Republic Commando, always have, always will, and the Old Republic, obviously, but you already chose it already. So I'll go with my third choice, Force Unleashed. Force Unleashed
Okay.
1.
All right, and why should
Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing about Force Unleashed 1. Alright, Force Unleashed 1, I mean, actually, while the game, while I had a lot of bugs at the time, I loved the story. 1. Star Very Secret Plans, Galen Mack, played by Sam Witwer, who are my ultimate actor. 2. Force Unleashed told a great order for the Rebel Alliance. Unlike Rebels, which that is like opposite, which I now videos by Rebels and all my times, but they kind of Gary Merrick said an interesting character. He's 1, a very tragic character. 2, he was trained by one that Darth Vader the Sith, literally. 3, it's a redemption story. Like, first you start at a tool for Vader, obviously, to purge the last remaining Jedi. Then, when Vader betrayed him, he becomes a hero. A hero to start the rebellion. How cool is that? And what put me on level, they left kind of story. They took away Coda, they took away his symbol, his family crest. They took away everything he did. Gone. But let's have a different candidate. Let's have a different candidate talking about instead of Cameron Merrick. Gee, that's a great idea, didn't he? Translation: No, it's not. But
All right, so we're mentioning these stories, like I should have said before, to get you guys really into the EU. And most of these stories that we're mentioning, you don't have to read a bunch of different stories, like, oh, you have to read like 5 different stories to understand what is going on. You can just read this book or comic or video game or whatever, and you'll know everything as soon as you start. Okay, it's not like required that you have to play a bunch of things and like read all these short stories and shit. It's not required at all. You can dive in for yourself once you like play or read one of these books that we're talking about right now. So I might as well talk about my choice. Mine is easily the Knights of the Old Republic video game.
Hell yeah!
That game is just like an experience. It's like a, I don't know how best to describe it. It's like it rivals the movies.
Yeah,
that's how good it is. Like it rivals the original trilogy.
Wait, are you talking about the games or the comics?
The game.
The comics are garbage. I read the Old Republic comic. It sucked.
Knights of the Old Republic?
No, not Knights. The Old Republic.
Yeah.
We're talking about Knights of the Old Republic. I'm talking about strictly Knights of the Republic. Now, I'm just talking about the video game. The comics I love too. I love with a passion. But it's also required that you read, there might be some characters that you don't know that are actually in the video game itself. So I did not want to put that. I did not want to say that one. But the video game is just like, it's just a really great game. Like, it's just another Star Wars experience. It's like a movie in itself. Phenomenal story and characters that you can connect with, and it's just a fantastic game.
I like the Knights of the Old Republic game is better than the original trilogy.
Grab yourself a guy.
Oh, controversy right there.
I game too.
We need controversy.
Kind of like I don't like the Thrawn trilogy either, but that's a topic for another time.
Ooh.
Actually, speaking of Ammo Thrawn, I'm a acting TIE Fighter. Ammo Thrawn, he's in TIE Fighter. I believe we got to mention that.
Wow.
Yep.
That's because you're young and.
Never angry.
I mean, you think
Play
that
TIE Fighter.
like equivalent to being a Navy SEAL, so.
So, Sean, why don't you go ahead, man? Why don't you choose a title that you recommend to the audience?
Well, for me, since I've been there since it started, one of my favorites that doesn't really require being attached to anything is Legacy.
Legacy, yeah.
The comic book series,
Such a good series.
John and Jan are, in my opinion, the best Star Wars comic book duo. And it was the first comic book for me that gave me goosebumps, like when I first saw the trailers for the movies, and got me that excited for something besides the movies. So, and it was, I just devoured it, and was real pleased that they jumped ahead so far, and that they were still using things from both the comics and the novel series to set a base and go from there. So it's one I highly recommend.
Yeah, and the thing is with the Legacy series is that it's actually set 100 years after, I believe it was a Battle of Yavin.
Yeah, 100
or was it?
Oh, Yavin.
136.
Or was it Return? Or was it Return of the Jedi?
Return of the Jedi.
No, everything's based on BBY.
Yeah, it's 136 BBY.
Yavin.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So it sounds like it's hey, I'm sorry, man. I apologize. But it sounds like a lot. Like, it just sounds like 100 years into the future. And you got to read a bunch of other stories to do that. No, you don't have to. No, you don't. you gotta have some knowledge of the Vong, but you don't really need to know everything about them.
Yeah.
Just a little tiny bit, but it's like a series you can jump into, and you don't have to read.
I disagree, Django, because I didn't know
Why?
anything about the Vong when I went into Legacy. And
Yeah.
then I looked them up
I
after.
knew very little. I knew little about them.
Here's the thing with Legacy. All you need to know is that there was a species called the Yuuzhan Vong that 25 years after the Battle of Yavin invaded the galaxy, fucked some shit up, and then left.
Basically, yeah.
Or then, they didn't really leave, they got beat, and then are like...
But one
Yeah.
thing I do recommend to anybody reading the EU is don't go to Wikipedia.
Oh, it will spoil everything.
Tread cautiously. Tread cautiously.
Meow.
All right.
Yeah, that kind of ruined a lot of the experience for me, but still fun
Yeah.
reading.
Same you.
Like it ruined a certain favorite character's death.
Right.
I have a recommendation for new readers out there. I have a recommendation for you new readers out there. Read the Dark Bane trilogy, a story about hardship, life, amazing Sith powers, and history. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yep.
And read this book
Yeah.
when you're really angry about something.
Yep.
Dark Lord of the
Good
Gods.
idea.
Excellent.
Okay.
You know
I
what-
miss Darth Bane.
So.
you know what with this book.
Okay. So hopefully we get you guys into the EU. Like, you guys gotta really check out these books and comics and all this other stuff that we just mentioned. Really check out these books, and trust me, you will get into the EU yourselves. I know all the controversy, EU not being considered canon and all this other crap,
Fuck
but
yeah.
follow it yourselves, and trust me, you
Canon.
will really love it. Trust me.
Yep.
Whether it's canon or not, which is,
There's
you
the
know,
C
you
word
can look at
again.
the facts. You can look at the facts, but it did all fit into one continuity with the movies. And
Yes.
to me, that means
Yeah.
more than canon.
Yeah, it
Mhm.
did.
Well, even
Yes.
the new shit doesn't fit into continuity.
Yeah. Oh,
But-
TIE Fighter.
I mean, it probably won't.
I gotta rename this cat. I gotta rename his Xena.
It
I know
already,
that.
but let's not get into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
one of the
Yeah, that's
Hi,
fine.
kitty.
Xena!
Yeah. Okay.
I gotta
All right.
rename this cat Xena.
Okay.
Alright.
Mhm.
Bye,
Okay.
Daniel.
All right. All right. Let's get to the next topic. The 3 Legend Epic Collection volumes that Marvel is coming out
Yours
with.
again.
Oh, man, I got to stop doing that. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Off the word off the little check sheet.
All right,
it's
3
extended.
L Epic Collection volumes. Okay, no. How about instead of saying legend, I say lesbian instead? Is that fine?
Lesbians are.
Okay.
Well, I have a strong opinion of this collection before we completely derail here.
The lesbian collection.
Yeah, the lesbian collection.
Hey, hold on! Don't say it. You might offend somebody.
Oh, they're already me, Tristan. You know, I'm kind of public enemy right now.
Well, no, I mean, and then they're like, "Oh, well, that's offensive." Yeah, shut
What's
up,
your-
dumbass?
Tristan, when have you not ever been offensive?
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
exactly. And then now these
Yes, let's make
dumbasses
a
are telling
disclaimer
me,
right now.
"Wait,
If this offends
Guys,
anybody,
guys, let's stay on topic. Stay on
Okay.
topic.
yeah,
Jeremy,
that's what
what's
I'm
your-
saying.
What's your thing with these L word
They're
collections?
really picking and choosing.
I would agree with you. Yes.
So they released a whole bunch of the stuff on Comixology immediately. Once Dark Horse lost the rights to the stuff, they released them. Check out the Minox Nest, not last episode, but the episode before. I said all of those, and I'm not going to repeat that because there was a whole lot. Like, they released a good portion, and Django really rub it in my face.
Sorry,
Really?
man, I can't help it.
Except,
But,
never.
But the thing is, they're reprinting. They have like the New Republic collection, and it's got like certain stories from Tales. Instead of having all of Tales, they're just doing certain stories.
Hey,
So
were you,
it makes me believe that they will never reprint certain things.
Why?
So what's the point of saying that they will?
Contradicts with the
money wars.
Clone Wars.
But it's not canon, so what's the point?
Yeah, what's the point?
Because it's better.
Here's your point, people.
Because
I'll
it's
break it down.
corporate dick sucking is what it is.
No, what it is there's a new cock in the roost. His name's Dave Filoni.
Yep.
All right, and basically, he's basically in control of everything that has to do with the past up until that new movie's out. Okay? He says,
Episode 7.
he basically says, anything that goes from then back, anything, comic books, anything that goes with there, is his domain. He can sit there and say, boom, the Mandalorian storyline is gone. Boom, Darth Maul is still alive.
What?
Boom, this. I am greater than George Lucas.
Yeah, pretty much.
I can sit there and say, guess what? In his movie, he said that the DNA was the reason why the clones were the way they were. No! I am Dave Filoni, and I say that there's a chip in their brain that made them that way. So, he wants to change Star Wars into Filoni Wars.
Exactly.
That's
But that doesn't make
what
any
I see.
sense.
That's just an opinion, but that's what it looks like.
Hey,
Yeah,
that disgrace has
I-
the same first name as you. How do you feel about that?
Since he took over with the Clone Wars movie, this is what has happened. Since he moved over from Airbender, okay,
The 5 episodes.
Everyone's good though.
okay, he was just an Airbender before. Woohoo!
Where he was not the lead. He was one of the guys, but he wasn't the lead guy with Airbender.
Yeah, it's not like
Yeah, he
they
wouldn't-
couldn't have done it without him.
Okay, no
They
one,
did.
any lead at LFL, and I've looked this up over and over again, is in charge of anything that has to do with any of this new outcome. I'm sorry, I'm on my rant. That's why I started a website, so I can do this
No,
on
I
my
understand.
But you know what he says. You know, that cover spoke to him.
He really likes those covers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What covers?
You know what we should do? Someone please out there make a top 10 list. Top 10 Dave Filoni's favorite covers. I want to
That's not a bad
this to
idea.
happen.
Yeah.
You heard what?
Cover spoke to me. It told me not to watch it again.
Oh yeah, that's the movie. Movie garbage. Show's good though. I still like the show.
Well, the best thing is his season 7 that's coming out and his new designed 5s. You guys seen that yet?
5?
No.
Wait, I got 5 dark.
Or
I
Echo or
saw him
something like
give a
that.
shot.
One of the one that survived season 6.
No, he died.
I don't.
He,
I don't watch the show, so I don't know.
I know. I know
It was-
what you're talking about. We talking
Five?
about 6 with 5.
5 died.
Yeah,
He
then,
died in
Yeah, 5 died.
but now Echo is a double rangefinder ARC trooper.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't care less.
Neither
Yeah.
should I.
Rock
But
Trooper.
somebody
Okay.
said it
I'm confused now.
well, with a rangefinder, he's considered a Mando.
Hey, I'd say I'm done, but I already was after season 2.
I was done after
Hold on.
the first 5
I will
episodes.
rant all day long.
I'm with you, Jeremy. I'm with you, Jeremy.
Take over, Django. Please, I will rant all long.
Yeah, I know.
No.
We best not talk about this because we're gonna piss a lot of people off. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I still like the
All right.
Django, you know what I have to say to those people?
Season 2?
No.
4 Bible.
Tristan,
Okay.
no, don't do it.
How do you feel?
Censored. Don't look at it.
Can't let me on.
All right.
Well,
Order.
Guys. Okay. The next thing we're gonna talk about the 3 Legend Epic Collections.
Hey,
I haven't talked about yet. Okay,
Oh.
Dylan, you talk about it.
Okay,
Go ahead,
so
man.
if you haven't heard, I think Jeremy, did you run off what's in all three of these volumes that are coming out already on the Minox Nest?
I ran off with alls on Comixology. I didn't go specifically into the printed paper stuff.
Okay, so basically, Marvel is reprinting 3 Star Wars volumes. They're from the EU. They're entitling The Empire, which is coming out April 29th, New Republic, which is May 27th, and The Old Republic, which is June 17th. The Empire, basically, kind of to summarize, is basically has all the things that were in the Dark Times volume, which is what I'm looking at it, and some other things. But it's mainly, if you have the Dark Times volume, it's kind of that. The Old Republic one, similarly, has Knights of the Old Republic issue 1 through 18, so it's essentially a Knights of the Old Republic Volume 1 set. Then the New Republic one is, the best I can describe it, a miscellaneous post-Jedi Star Wars comics collection. Is literally, from what I'm seeing here, if you guys want me to run through them, but from what I'm seeing here, it's basically what it looks like. They're going to cost you about $35 if you don't have the originals.
But
Yeah, I
remember
know.
they were promising omnibus reprints of everything.
Well,
Well,
what happened to them?
well, I should refrain. This is just what's coming out this year. In fact, all these, the Empire, New Republic, and Old Republic, are all titled Star Wars Blank Collections Volume 1. So that to me says maybe that they're going to keep this going and maybe add more as the reprints as they move on, because you're not going to throw everything out there day one. It makes sense to release them intermittently, but
in the same vein, they've been re-releasing the original Marvel series, and they're giving this the special treatment because it's getting put in those gigantic omnibus hardcovers that Marvel does.
it is the omnibus hardcovers.
One in January, and they got another one coming out next month.
That's $35 each.
But that's the original ones, right?
I
Yeah,
hope so.
it's
Like,
the original Marvel
Originals from
series.
back in the 70s.
Yes, 70s and 80s. Yeah, it's that series.
But aren't
Well,
those
that's
the bad
the-
ones? Those stories were horrible, I heard.
They're horrible storylines that you'll
They're
just
very kiddie.
Yeah, they're very kiddie.
they're not even worth reading. I mean, I remember reading them as a kid and being like, "Oh my god!"
Oh, Marvel?
Those original storylines. I remember being like 6 and 7 years old, and I mean, I was like, after Wonders of Mind's Eye, and being like, "Oh my god, this is the same thing."
Omnibus.
And actually, for a while, those Marvel stories were considered secondary canon, which is not complete canon, but like some of it's canon, and the parts I correct it wasn't. But then it was later boosted back up to C canon. If you guys,
referenced.
Non-canon, basically, right?
BS.
that's all hierarchy
Yeah.
stuff. If you're into that.
Well, speaking of hierarchy and that stuff, game canon with the video games.
It's secondary canon.
Yeah.
Gameplay is secondary canon, but the story is C canon.
Yeah, which means that the main events happen, but just not the way you played them.
Because there's alternate endings, you can play as different
So,
characters. There's choices.
happened, Republic Commando happened.
The light side endings
Cultural
for Public
happens.
Commando are the canon ones.
The other side ending Force Unleashed canon, which I like. I got any better than Dark Side ending, in my opinion, to Force Unleashed. Well, say ending makes more sense.
Yeah, I don't know shit about the Force
Another
Unleashed.
thing-
Say ending makes no sense whatsoever.
Okay.
I've also heard.
Force Unleashed 1. Force Unleashed 2. Force Unleashed 2 is a good game, but me. Force Unleashed 2 coming good.
Marvel eventually reprint everything. It's just a matter of time because it's
Right.
money cow form.
This
So-
is just the first wave of Dark Horse reprints. That's what, from what I'm seeing, that's what it says to me. This is just the first wave, kind of a testing the market maybe thing for them.
Yeah.
Well, they have almost everything on Comixology,
Yeah, they do.
except for like Clone Wars and Tales of the Jedi and Tales are like the only ones I think that aren't on there.
Well, let's hope it's down there.
But
Yeah.
But yeah, they even reprinted the manga on Comixology, so you
There's
can
a
get the
manga?
of the movies.
Yeah.
What? That
There's
doesn't
a
make
Star
sense. How
Wars
come-
everything. There's radio dramas, there's short stories, there's RPG stuff.
Yeah.
If there is some media that can tell a story, Star Wars has
Video
something. For it.
games.
hmm Yep.
Yeah, they have holovisions too.
Yeah. Um. Starfighter with I forgot the kid's name.
In the
Oh, yeah,
Starfighter
that
game,
Yeah, Starfighter. Yeah.
I have that too.
Yeah.
I don't know the main character's name too, but he's like a pilot from Naboo that goes around.
Yeah, episode 1.
Starfighter.
That game actually takes place between between episode 1, but after mission battle in episode 1, you better go inside the Trade Federation battleship. But here's the thing about that game. When you get into Trade Federation battleship, you better find the guy who killed your partner.
I haven't played that game in a while, so I forgot what all the retcons were. Like,
And
yeah, how it fits.
after that, the Trade Federation battleship.
You me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Trans's just trying to block me. Look.
Yeah, guys, just stop. Stop. Okay.
I'm not
Alright.
doing it.
Okay.
Full stroke, you guys.
All right. Anyway, let's talk about the next topic. Let's talk about something good that happened. Really, really good. And that's the Humble Bundle sale. So,
What I missed out on?
yeah, the one you
Payday
missed out on, Jer.
day after. I'm just. Ugh.
Okay.
Why are you so upset? I'm curious about this.
I missed
All right.
Thank you.
So,
So
I think it was a
explain what
week ago
Humble
when it
Bundle
ended.
is.
All right, so Humble Bundle is it's just a bundle of games or comics or whatever they sell on the site, and they pretty much they set out these different price ranges from 1 to whatever it is. Like you can spend $1, you can get like 3 games instantly, easy as that.
Or
But,
you can pay over $11.50 and get 9 games, or $12 and get all 12 games.
Why didn't
Yeah,
I think of that? Damn it.
And the games that were available were Force Unleashed 2, Empire at War Gold Edition, Battlefront 2, Knights of the Old Republic 1, 2, Dark Forces, and I think Dark Forces 2. No, it wasn't all of them.
It
was
was a
Dark
Mysteries
Forces
of the
1,
Sith was
2,
the only one.
Mysteries of the Sith was not included.
The Republic
Oh.
Heroes game.
No, that was not included. The thing is, the thing is, I bought the Star Wars Steam collection last year, and it was on sale on Steam, and for the whole collection, it was like $40. So I spent that money, and it just happened like, yeah, I did. And then last week, it was like $12 for like majority of these games, and I could have saved a ton of money.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, because I did the math.
Yeah.
If you were missing any 2 of those games, if you had the other 10 but were only missing 2, it would be cheaper to buy the bundle, which contains all 12, than to buy those 2 games, any 2 of those individually on Steam. That's how good
Yeah.
that bundle
Steam
is.
Yeah.
screwed you over.
Or
But
save your money and go pirate me.
And
No, you don't want to.
Pirate by the U.S. government.
Yes,
You don't want to pirate those games.
No
Those games are
pirating.
priceless, man.
Yeah.
Those
Don't pirate
games are
those.
priceless. You never want to pirate those games. No,
Yeah, agreed.
Okay,
I
so
wouldn't do either.
for the bundle, because I was keeping in mind because they do track it, and at 11:03, which was 3 minutes after the bundle, but it was still up on my computer, I got a screenshot off of what the sales numbers were. But the sales numbers keep going up, and like an idiot, I accidentally refreshed the page, and then it went to the next bundle.
Why is
So
it so
I don't
quiet?
have the exact numbers, but I have close to it. Now, in total, the total payments they
What?
got from this bundle were $5,057,513.30.
What is this?
Number
Humble
of
bundle.
purchases?
Why is everyone so quiet now?
439,386. That's that's how many people bought you.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. ridiculous.
Crazy now. I'm crazy.
$5 million just for that bundle
That is
alone.
nice.
Not from a bunch of different bundles. It was just that
I'm
humble bundle
blowing
for the
me.
Star Wars games, because everybody wanted those games. Like, that's really good. That's just
Yeah.
a crazy figure in my opinion. And the thing is with Humble Bundle, once you buy the games, you can actually donate some to Humble Bundle as well as the developers and charity. So I did the majority of it to charity. I didn't even bother giving the developers any because now it's with Disney and all. So, but you're supporting charity with these bundles. If you buy from Humble Bundle,
Yeah, and they call us terrorists,
some-
stupid shits.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this.
And,
Top contributors.
yeah.
This one guy, Abby Chen, gave $382.01.
And you don't have to. You don't have to. You can just spend $11, which is the max you have to get all games.
I wish
But they
we
go
had
$12.
above and beyond. They go above and beyond.
Mhm.
That's
Another
that's
guy-
Why?
How much
220
This guy's
guys. $222 another guy spent. There was an anonymous person who had $191, $191, $155, $150, $130, $120, $120, $115, $109.
Jesus Christ!
What's wrong?
I don't like anybody that much.
Daniel, tell them to unblock me because I can't hear
That's
crap.
dedication, right?
But it's still a good thing that they're doing because they're supporting charity. So that's
Of course, I'm not.
awesome.
I'm sure those people are probably like maybe trying to get a tax write-off. I don't know how this works.
That's not true, Jared. You're trying to get a tax write-off. Hey, I'm going to give you money so I get some money back. You know?
Yeah.
Here, I'm going to give you food.
Yeah.
Back today.
Yep.
Here, take this empty
I mean,
water bottle.
No.
I actually ended up buying. I actually ended up buying the bundle myself, even though I already had the Star Wars Steam collection, because screw it, why not?
Yeah. Steam itself is one of the worst coming ever games. Because when I played Old Republic, Knights of the Old Republic, my games there got screwed over. I lost everything. Tatooine, I lost my fucking Tatooine. I lost my mission. I lost everything. So now I'm back on Terrace again.
But that makes it fun. You start over and you do it up.
Yeah.
You do it better.
I see it. When people get all upset, their game gets erased, I look at it and I'm like, hey.
You can experience that great game again, so why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was on Tatooine. I couldn't even beat it. But then my Steam screwed me over.
So then you figure out a different way to do it.
Yeah. There's plenty of ways to do it too.
Being creative.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but after that happened to me again, I just said, screw it, I don't care anymore. I just quit. I'm not going to Terrace. Terrace one of the worst planets ever. Not the first worst planet you went on. Not to crash on.
Hey, not to go off subject for a second, but Jeremy, above your stop sign behind you, you got, it looks like, I can't see what it is because I've got an icon in the
on top.
Get me
Caution?
on gun.
The caution.
Oh, that's my "Don't Tread on Me" American Iron Second Amendment sign.
Oh, okay. I was just curious. I couldn't see what I looked like. Two cross pistols or something like that.
Yeah, it's 2 cross revolvers.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I was just
You're
curious.
the first person who's actually noticed that. So.
I think people notice it. They just don't point it out.
Well, they all complained about the cat picture over there.
Oh,
Namely,
Lord.
Beaver complained about it to me a
It's the
lot.
internet. Internet plus cats equals, I don't know.
Beaver.
Hey, kitty picture.
It's for everyone. Beaver and I are cool.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to
The
make
cat
fun of
picture
you for
weirded him out.
the kitty calendar, but
Kitty Canner.
Yeah, I donate to that charity, so.
well, that's a good thing. But
Always true charity.
Everybody
I
has
just
his favorite taste.
being military, I thought maybe that was an MP thing. So
Oh, no.
Jeremy, you an MP?
All right, back to point.
All right, let's talk about that later. All right.
Yeah.
How do we
So
always get off topic?
we always do that. Okay, it's just a habit. We
One
can't help
way
it.
or
I have no
another.
idea.
Take it to the.
It's magic. I don't know how to explain it.
You guys should take it to the Crossroads of the Omniverse Facebook page. You just get out of here. Go.
Yeah. We'll start
Promotion right there.
Oh, I'm gonna go talk Star Wars on that one.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
Hey, no
We'll
Star Wars.
only talk Star Wars.
Star Wars. No Star Wars. I'm banning you if you put Star Wars.
Let's go Marvel.
I'm definitely doing that, brother.
Hey, I'm gonna put up a picture of Boba Fett.
Oh, I'm banning you.
Yeah.
Nah.
Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Bob Fett.
Pop it.
No, that's what Edward put one time.
Bob Fett.
He's like, I got the Boba
Edward.
Fett for $60.
Speaking of Edward, where's Edward?
Is
Who else?
All right.
Yeah.
I'll post up a picture of me in my Merc armor once a week at different charities, and what it'll be is it won't be Star Wars related, it'll be charity related.
All right. I can. I'll take that. That's fine. That's a good enough reason for me. All right. Next topic. What we are reading right now. I'm reading Visionaries. I'm sorry, Infinities. I always get this confused. This is the second time. But I'm reading Infinities right now, and it's an alternate take of Star Wars, the original trilogy.
So good.
And so far, it's like I like jumped ahead into the end just to see what happens, and I don't really know what happens, but it's like it's weird. It gets really weird. But I'm reading A New Hope.
Oh, okay. So you're in the first story.
Yeah, I'm starting it right now. But so just imagine if Luke Skywalker doesn't destroy the Death Star.
Mhm.
And from there on, it just gets different. It's like totally different from what you think what happens in the original. So
Essentially,
it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool so far. So.
But we had to Death Star, that means later and all they're all dead.
you'd have to have you.
You have to read it.
Read it.
Yeah, have to read
Holy
it.
shit.
And just to be clear, this is the Dark Horse Infinities, not the new Disney Infinities that they're doing right now. This is the
Yeah,
Dark
we're not.
Mickey Mouse is not saving the day, okay?
Right.
So,
Let's cover
so this is a what if
What if
story.
scenario? Yeah, it's a what if
What,
scenario. Yeah.
like Marvel did with event comics.
Yeah.
Like for example, like if I'm going my memory here. What if Spider-Man never get 6 arms? What if Spider-Man never get cosmic power? What if Captain America something? What if Age of Ultron? The list goes on and on.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty much a what if scenario. That's all it is.
What if?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Tristan, why don't you go ahead, man? What are you reading?
No, I'm reading like 2 things, but the Star Wars book that I'm reading is X-Wing, the Kratos, or however the hell you pronounce it, trap. Kratos. Yeah, the Kratos trap, and
Got what?
taking me forever, because I just don't like Bantam. Because I just don't. I have no idea why, I just don't.
Now, we want to be clear. Bantam is like the before. I think it's Del Rey who does the.
Del Rey did some books first at the very beginning of Star Wars, and then nothing was made for Star Wars except for what was it? West End Games was making stuff, but that was the only thing that was producing Star Wars material.
And Del Rey, along with Marvel, dropped the rights, and then they got picked up by Dark Horse and Bantam, who did it until the late 90s.
Okay.
When Del Rey took over from Bantam.
Yep.
Bantam's just a side part of Del Rey, so it's still technically the same company.
Yeah.
Well, that is true. Yeah.
So.
But there's a huge difference in the stories. Like
Well, when they were doing the Bantam books, they weren't under the strict rule of keeping a continuity, so to say. And then as they saw the popularity get going and people asking about certain things, that's when they decided to try to start making it more cohesive and
Taking it more
keep going that way.
seriously.
Yeah, I think it was actually Thrawn did his, and then Dark Empire came out, and then Kevin J. Anderson made like his book reference both Dark Empire and Thrawn, and that's when they got, oh, everyone kind of likes that. Maybe we should keep doing that, and then that's how it went.
Keep it in continuity. Keep it in canon.
I think that's how
In
it
fact,
happened. That might not be.
In fact, TIE Fighter, the video game, actually showed Admiral Thrawn. It actually shows him.
Mhm.
Like, he's in the game.
Okay.
Yeah, I've
Admiral
seen
Thrawn's in a lot of stuff.
Well, I saw that. Yeah. Dude, wait, Admiral Thrawn, canon for the video games. I miss him. But now he's
Okay.
gone.
Yeah, we all do, man.
Yeah, new corporate.
we're here to celebrate the good times.
New
Mhm.
corporate.
All right, Sean, why don't you go ahead, man? What are you reading right now?
Well, I finished rereading Legacy for the billionth time. I think I'm gonna grab Dark Empire and start reading it.
Yeah.
I go all over the place. I read like crazy, so I have over 7,000 comic books. I've got over 1,000 paperback and hardback books there, so I'm just kind of all over the place.
When you got 7,000 books, yeah, I wouldn't know where to go. That's too many for me.
Well, I've been collected since I was 5, and I'm 42, so, and I have connections with a lot of bookstores because I do a lot of
Shopping.
they ask me for advice and knowledge on certain things, and I help some of the stores out in the local areas, and I've been doing that for a long time, and my uncle got me hooked into reading, and it just exploded from there. So
You have been telling these stores to avoid the Disney books and, put the EU books, right?
I have been arguing my disapproval of them, but the stores gotta make money somehow.
Yeah.
And if they're selling, I can't fault them for that. But
They're not selling that great.
doesn't mean I approve of the new stuff. So
When I went to when this came out, right, and I went out to buy it because I'm supporting the paperback releases of the Lost Legends book. When I went to the Star Wars section in my Barnes and Noble, I noticed there was no copies of Tarkin, which was nice.
What?
And there was one copy of A New Dawn, but the copy of A New Dawn was actually hidden behind 4 other EU books. And I'm like, there is an EU fan in my area that I need to meet who did that, and I need to shake your hand because that's the most amazing thing ever.
Yeah, I had a similar thing when I got this the other day. I didn't see any Tarkin at all, and I saw A New Dawn, and it was like pushed to the edge of the shelf, and then it was all EU books, and they didn't have the L word on most of them.
Yeah,
Actually, I saw them
same
all the
with me
books
too.
on discount at mine.
Mhm.
yeah, if people
25% off.
keep buying the previous books from the EU, the stores are gonna keep ordering that stuff over the newer stuff because they know it's not selling, so there's no point in ordering it.
Right.
And that tells Del Rey what we really want.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
we get more EU.
And that also tells Disney that, fuck you, Disney. We go all EU stories and fuck the new books. Like long live the old EU.
And the thing is, we don't care about the new Disney stuff. I mean, that's fine and all, but we want it to be separate. We don't want it to be just a continuation of the Disney stuff.
Yeah,
We wanna
Disney can go to hell.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I think a lot of us would like it to be canon. We'd like the new movies to be with the expanded universe, but it's most likely not going to happen. And what we really want is the stories to continue any way possible. Any way it's possible.
Yeah.
Well, here's my idea with the EU. The whole Disney take over thing that happened in 2012. When I first heard that when Disney bought Star Wars, I thought, okay, did make sense. Fine. Let Disney do. But the thing I was worried about when Disney go with LucasArts, the minute Disney get the head of LucasArts, I knew something was up. and we got closed down, I was enraged how fucked up that was. Because look at that was my childhood. X-Wing, Tide Butter, X-Men Lion, Jack County, Jack Knights, Old Republic, Night Old Republic, Force Elite, Jack County, Dark Forces. I can win all the good games. Starfighter, Jack Starfighter.
There's 82 of them.
I was always getting top of my head. And now they're all gone. Gone! And no 13-15.
They're still there.
Yeah, they're still there.
They're still there. You can find them.
Yeah,
I found
Just can't
found
find
this.
They're not taking away your books.
Works.
I
They're not
found this
taking
at
away
a
your
yard
books.
sale.
How much did you get it for?
$5.
Wow.
I
Oh,
gave the
shit.
guy $7 because I felt bad.
Yeah.
I was
But
literally
you-
like, do you
Didn't you
realize
get the humble bundle sale?
Yeah, I did. Well, I got this before
Okay.
Good idea.
because at the humble bundle sale, I had 5 of the book. I had 5 of the I had 5 on the original one that I already owned, either on console or on PC. But like I said, the other ones would have cost me more to buy individually than the humble bundle would. So I'm just like, might as well get them all.
Yeah.
I think you just showed Starfighter, David.
Yes.
We did?
I
Where?
will send this to you, buddy. If you need
Please
this
send
to
to
buy
me.
an Xbox, I will
I'm-
send this to you.
Fuck, I put 60.
I actually don't need it anymore because I already got Starfighter for the PC, so.
All right.
The point-
I
I,
will.
I still need
my
Jedi.
collection.
I need Jedi Starfighter. I need Jedi Starfighter.
Yeah. Just not
That's what I
I
need.
got Amazon.
There's no
Yeah.
PC version of Jedi Starfighter
No,
for
there
some
isn't.
odd reason.
Yeah.
Well,
no,
that
no,
makes
no.
sense to offer made for concert for it. It wasn't made for PC.
I think I
Yeah,
have it on
I
the.
have a double. The only reason why I'm willing to give this up is because I have a double.
Oh, okay.
See, and my daughters brought this up and tried to put it in my Xbox One.
Did it work?
They were like, "Star Wars."
It's not backwards compatible.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Xbox One, back about Xbox 360 or the Xbox. Which is just
Yeah.
fucking stupid in my opinion.
I have one.
Hey, Xbox One goes 359 steps back.
Yeah. Yeah. But the Xbox One, instead of going forward, they just took away all the bad compatibility stuff. Even Sony did that with the PS4.
What are you talking about, Tevya? They made the perfect cable box.
Hey,
Why are we in console
all the
wars
junk
now?
you want about the Xbox One, but when you're as old as I am, it is the greatest thing since sliced bread. All right. I've done 20 years plus in the Army. I'm 100% disabled. All right? When I can walk into the damn house and say Xbox on, it says, "No, Dave." I can sit down on my couch and say Netflix. The damn thing goes on to Netflix. I can go like this, like I'm a Jedi, and it'll pick out the movie I want, like I'm in damn. What's it called?
Yeah. And what's the problem with the
Minority Report.
That's
Kinect?
enough reason for me.
Yeah, but Kinect sucks. Kinect
My
makes
Kinect- That's not connection, buddy. That's called knowing how to set up your shit and having good internet. My shit
True.
is on like Donkey Kong. It works perfectly. It only works for me to my voice. When my wife tries to talk to it, it's like error. She starts using the remote.
We only,
Okay, I can get it to switch channels on my cable. I can get it to do everything. If it was a woman, I would marry it. Yes, we're great for gaming. Yes, but that's all it's good for. It's just a gaming thing.
that's what you
I
want,
was
though.
A young
Yeah,
guy.
that's what I want.
It's weird because PS4 is selling more consoles, but Xbox One is selling more games.
Yeah. Which
But
is
you know
weird.
I'll say this: I love Titanfall. It's older than most of the other games. I'll sit there for hours and play with people who play Titanfall.
Titanfall, I tried playing 360. I got so bored.
Dude, I can't play these games these days.
Yeah.
Titanfall has everything, and all right.
Personally, I
Another
prefer
subject.
Yeah.
Let's talk
Doing it
about
again.
video games another time, guys.
That's
Um,
another rich-
Yeah.
yeah,
Star
let's-
Wars reviews.
all right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I stopped myself though.
Yeah, that's fine. Jeremy, what are you reading right now, buddy?
Oh, I'm reading Republic Commando Hard Contact.
Yay!
Excellent book.
It's
I
good.
get through it.
Great book.
It's
That's
a good
good.
book. It's the first positive.
So, what do you think of it?
It's the first good Star Wars story I've read in a while. I realized when I was doing my reviews I'd been reading trash.
Hey, watch Jimmy read the second one, and then he goes on a can rants about it.
I'm not doing another Marvel Star
Better
Wars.
not. I'm gonna be mad, Jeremy.
Yeah, I
I'm
would.
I'm gonna come after you.
Like,
Can you, in all seriousness, Jeremy, can you do a can rants for Star Wars 3 where you're literally just pooping on it? You
No.
just throw it in the toilet and go to the bathroom and then flush it down the toilet?
Hey, no. Get a PDF file of it, print it out, and then like rip it up or something.
no, that's effort that I don't want to give it. No, I'm not reading.
Tell
when Darth Vader
I'm
gets-
done with the
tries to
site
get
and have you
stepped
guys
on
on
by
my
an
show
Imperial Walker.
trying to defend yourselves against all this youngin' stuff.
Yeah, the last thing I want to read is Darth Vader getting stepped on by an Imperial Walker, then holding up the Imperial Walker with the Force, and then Han Solo blasting him with the turbo lasers, and all that happens to Darth Vader is his helmet gets knocked off. Completely fine otherwise. That to me is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
And then watch Darth Vader get resurrected after episode
Yeah,
4.
but anyway, let's get back to Hard Contact and my thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Darth Vader issue wire, it just sounds stupid. With the big Imperial Walker trying to stop Vader, then Vader just said, "Fuck you." He floats the way his helmet fell off, and then Stormtrooper picked it on me. Hey, yo, and then he kills the soldier with no reason. Like, what? It makes no sense.
Tevye, let Jeremy talk, okay? Let him talk about his book, all right?
Well, I bought this way back in high school because a buddy of mine was obsessed with clone troopers and stormtroopers and Mandalorians, and he's like, "You need to read this. You need to read this." And I bought this and I put it on my shelf and never read it.
What?
I thought of it. I thought it was just a video game cash-in, and then Tristan's like, "You need to read this." Django's like, "You need to read this." So I'm like, "I have the first book. I'll read it," and it's not. Because the Old Republic MMO comics are a cash grab.
Yeah, they're garbage.
With
They're
that.
bad.
They're bad.
It's just
I
good.
like the first.
It's really good to hear the war from the perspective of clone commandos or any clone in general,
Captain Rex.
Mhm.
and about how they feel about these things. And it isn't Delta Squad, which is the squad. If you don't know, that's the squad from the Republic Commando
Yeah.
Video game.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I love that squad. That's my squad, baby. Squad Fixer 7, boss.
Do you want me to give
My
a
favorite
synopsis of
mechanics.
this, or what?
Yeah.
What's that?
Do you want me to give a synopsis of this?
Yeah, please do.
Okay. So basically, this book is about 4 commandos who, mind you, Republic commandos are trained in squads of 4. That is their training, and they're raised with with 3 brothers essentially.
Yep.
Well,
And
this
so
squad,
Geonosis.
Omega Squad, all of these squad mates, each one of them is the lone survivor of their squads from the Battle of Geonosis in Attack of the Clones. And so now they all meet randomly, in a mission room, and the Jedi are like, "Oh, you have to get ready in 16 hours, and we're gonna drop you out of the ship, and you're gonna go do a recon mission, destroy this droid factory on this farm planet." And so, not really knowing each other, they're supposed to trust each other and go in. Well, naturally, things go wrong. Squad gets separated. That's what the book is. The book's about completing the mission with the squad separated. I'm about halfway through. There's a Jedi character in it, which I like how the Jedi character is kind of incompetent. And is a Padawan and is obviously a very green Padawan.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like all of the commandos have their own personality, which is really good.
Yep.
Which, granted, Delta Squad has their own personality too, but
Yeah.
they're not flushed out because the game doesn't work that way. It's a
Yeah.
SOCOM Halo clone, essentially. It's a hybrid. I mean that with the best intentions, Tim.
Yeah, of
I
course.
love that game.
Yeah.
But it
It's a
is
good
not
game.
designed as a story-based game. This is a story-based book, and with that being said, this is one of the best, not only one of the best Clone Wars novels I've read, it's one of the best military novels I've read in a long time.
Well,
Yeah.
can I ask you
yeah.
a couple questions?
Agreed.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think is Karen Travis as a writer? And this,
I love the fast-pacedness of her writing. I know that's not really a word, but I just made that up. I like.
no, and actually, no, because with what I did in the military is very similar to what they do. And that's why I relate so much with this. Okay, so I'm curious. One of the things trying to figure out how to. When you said with the just go ahead. I don't want to get on another rant.
I want to hear your rant. I want to hear your rant.
No, let's not get into that. No.
No, it's just basically I'm just curious on the lines of where because of the fact that they're the way they are as a team and how you felt as a book. Did you feel it flowed well to make other people want to read? Like, would you recommend?
Well, I'm not done with the book. I'm a little over halfway through it, but yeah, it flows really well. It's not. A lot of times people will say with Star Wars, oh, it's very science fiction. It's hard to get into. Which there are Star Wars books that are very heavy and they're hard to get into. This isn't one of those. It's very fast paced.
My big thing is a lot of people are really, really down on Karen Travis right now.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh yeah.
They're saying how bad of a writer she is.
What? Why's she a bad writer?
It's
I haven't
only
heard that.
I
It's-
No, it's coming
It's
from
the
a
people
lot.
who
It's all around on the.
it's the people who swear by Disney, swear by Filoni.
Yeah.
It's those people.
They are
It's,
the ones that swear
They-
by Filoni.
They
Yeah.
have no
So
opinion
they're-
for themselves. They never read the book.
Yeah, and there's
Yeah,
also
no.
there's barely any people who've actually read the books. I mean, they bitch about stupid things in them.
No,
Yeah,
And the biggest thing, and the biggest thing is that they make the Mandalorians seem like like slaves, like which they are. I mean, the clones are slaves, and I mean the way that they're portrayed. And
Yeah.
the Jedi are just like the masters, like controlling all the, the clones and making them do all their dirty work.
Yeah.
And
But that's not dark.
what is wrong with that? Like, there's
You're giving
like
you're giving spoilers now.
No.
no. It's not really
Hard.
spoilers.
That's just
It
a
really
theme
isn't.
of the series, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're kind of going to give away a little bit of
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
spoilers.
An insight.
Well,
Well, at the same time, though, I think the Jedi are a peace, not war. Like, why are you trying to?
they do.
Have
They
you
do.
haven't gotten to the point where you've met any like Skirta or anybody like that, right?
mm-mm.
Oh man, love Skirata. Yeah.
Who's going?
Well, is that their trainer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
I've
didn't
heard.
realize that it's like
They
that.
refer Darman and all they talk about his training for the most part, except for I think Fee is the only one that wasn't trained by him. The other
Right.
three were.
He's by
Wait.
Waylon, but that's later on.
Yeah.
But I don't want to give you any spoilers because
Yeah.
Let's
it's
try to keep this spoiler free.
But there is, if you have played the game, there is a beautiful reference to the game where they drop the Delta Squad name in the beginning of the book.
Yes.
And for those of you who haven't really gotten into the Star Wars EU, once you get into it and you read a lot of it and you read a bunch of different areas, you'll start to notice things like, for instance, characters reoccurring or events being referenced.
Yep.
Even in the Bantam books, they will reference things, and those were early on.
Oh, that's good.
Especially in like the New Jedi Order and things like that, where you wondered where all these doomsday devices, where did they all go? Oh, it's explained. There, lots of things are explained if you look for it.
Karen Travis actually makes a few connections to the Thrawn trilogy.
Yes,
Yeah,
she
she
does.
does.
Karen was or is a British War correspondence reporter and writer, and she's dealt with this stuff for so long that she was the perfect person to write that series, and that's why it's easy for people like David, who's been in the Army or whatever, to really appreciate the books, because she's writing it. She's basically writing from her experiences and just adding the fantasy part to it.
Well, that makes a lot more sense then. That's cool.
It also went,
That makes sense. Why does she like Rebels? She like Clone Wars. She like great.
Well, that's
Why
a topic
did
for
he
another. Well, that's another topic. We'll talk about that later. That's don't want to get to that. No.
Throw up in my own stomach here.
We'll talk about that later.
Because that intrigued me. That is
Speaking of topics, what's our
All right. Well, we haven't gotten to Dylan and David. Why don't we get to these two guys?
Yeah,
Tristan, way to jump the gun.
it's all my fault.
All right, Dylan. Where are you reading right now, buddy?
I this morning just started Iron Fist.
X-Wing.
What book is that? The
Book
series.
6.
Okay.
But it's book 2 of the Wraith Squadron arc.
Okay.
The first 4 are like Wraith Squadron, then there's Rogue Squadron, then the next 3 are Wraith Squadron, then it goes back to Rogue, and then Wraith.
Okay, good to know.
I'm too confused and lost.
Well, it's in timeline. So like in the timeline of.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm reading that when I get a chance, which is usually in between classes or when I'm waiting for work. And then when I'm at, because I got the Dark Horse Mega Bundle, I have all the comics on my phone, which I am currently reading Knights of the Old Republic.
Mm-hmm.
And coincidentally, I'm also playing Knights of the Old Republic, the video game. So I've got a lot of I've got a lot of KOTOR in my life right now.
Dylan, have you gotten to Vector yet in Knights of the Old Republic?
No, I've not.
That's the best part of Vector, is in Knights of the Old Republic, just to let you know.
It's the first part of Vector, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Because I've read the Legacy part of Vector, which I thought was amazing. So
Well, that's the second best part of Vector. Those are the two that feel like stories. And
right,
not
because it's the beginning and the
science.
end. That makes sense. Yeah.
I'll get to Vector when I get to that whole reviewing all of that at once.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's Vector?
It was an
Sub-series.
event. The only time Dark Horse did a comic event for Star Wars.
Like in almost every era, right?
Just the 4 main series they were doing at the time, which was KOTOR, Dark Times, Rebellion, and
Legacy.
God, I miss Rebellion. I love Rebellion. Oh my God.
I didn't love how they tied that in.
I meant into that event.
It's
Anyway,
Wait, forget event comics. Is this event or DC event?
What?
When the Prime thing. Does this event is like a comic event, for example? And
It's
they do
not
the tie-ins?
like one of the big 2 events. It's actually followable, Tevye. They don't add in other people, useless comics that no one reads.
Yeah. Like,
There's no filler in Vector.
DC did it.
Yeah.
DC did it. DC their tie-ins are good. When Marvel did their comic event with their tie-ins are bad. Spider-Man tie-ins are horrible. So Spider itself.
Okay. So are you reading anything else, Dylan, or is that
No, that's
just
the three.
X-Men? Okay, cool. Let's go with David. What are you reading right now, buddy?
Honestly, I'm presently not reading anything. I'm writing. I'm working on my own Mando book right now. It's actually based on the Commandos, Lieutenant Page's Commandos. I don't know if you. There's a set of Commandos. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Lieutenant Page.
I think I have.
He's basically.
I never heard of him.
He's Rebellionary, right? Or like New Republic, right?
Yes, basically what he is every single time that a special situation has happened, like the conquering of Coruscant, or
yeah, that's where I know him from.
Yeah.
He's always there. His special commando unit is always there, doing on the ground. Like when Rogue Squadron came in from the space.
Cool.
Yeah, he's in this series a lot. That's why I got them.
There, but he's never had his own story. His people have their own story. So basically, I've been writing this story all the way back from when he was straight out of a military academy trained by an imp. You know, not at an imp academy, but the first military academy on Mon Calamari. But he was still being trained by imps, all the way up to the point where he's retired, but it's in a flashback stage, where he's sitting down at a meeting, you know, and he flashes back, you know, and starts thinking about, you know, blah, 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 so on and so on. But that, and I'm just getting my website squared away so that, because I've got...
Why don't we talk about that website some more, too?
No, that's not a bad idea.
Okay, well, we'll get this on real quick.
Okay.
Basically, to get this, I'll try and make this as short and sweet as possible. Basically, the concept behind my website is to, if all else fails with continuing the EU by official means, the point of mine is to get as many of the fan writers, illustrators, filmmakers, photographers, models, everybody together on one website. Okay? Now, I've got about 150 interested at this point. Okay? I want to put them on one site with forums, security, everything, okay, is going to be set up, and this is what's taking so long, on a totally anonymous to the artist, where they can't get in trouble for putting their work on there if Disney were to come or NLFL were to come after them. Okay? And their work will be secure so that no one can steal it other than saying copy screen. That's the only thing I can't protect against. Okay? Basically, what it'll be is you've got to put in a pen name. When you register, you make up your pen name, okay? And all your work won't be you posting it onto the page. What you'll do is you'll see your website, okay, where a group of there'll be a group, a council that will place it. Will first monitor it to make sure that it's not a bunch of total like trash of, and I don't mean trash like your work isn't good.
But I mean, like porn or something like that.
Star Wars or
Yeah.
a type of Star Wars EU related stuff, because there's all different types of Star Wars or crossover.
Yeah.
Anything EU related.
Yes.
Okay.
So nothing like Star Wars or any that stuff.
Yes, anything that's expanded universe, okay, or heck, crossovers.
No
That's
crossovers.
accepted. But no Disney LFL, okay. But the design, the
Good
concept is that if we
idea.
take it, and the people that have been selected to be on the council will be the ones that will take it and have access, administrative access, to put it on the site so that no one can say cut and paste. Okay? That
Yeah.
way, people can't just say, okay, I'm going to change this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to put nasty words in it. Okay? There's a lot more to the page where you'll be able to monitor, like, it's hard to explain. Like, each section
Yeah.
will have, like, let's say there's the Mandalorian section. Okay?
Mhm.
A person writes a story that is a story that they want to do a section at a time, like a novel. They can say, okay, I don't want anyone else adding to my story. So they put that it's a closed story. They add to the story, and no one else can add to it. They can comment on it,
But they can't add to it.
all right, which is fine. But they can't put their own additions to the story. They have to make up their own spot. Okay?
Okay. Cool.
Then there's
Interesting.
another area where you can say, okay, hey guys, I've got this idea for a story. Hey, let's make a story all together out of this.
Right.
And
Yeah, like maybe for example, like for example, like Levin, you could bring back Levin back, and you could try to do a big crossover event.
Yes. And the
Right.
whole idea is, though, that everybody will have a spot. The only person that can get in trouble about anything from LFL, if they were to say, let's say we get 3 million people on this site looking at it, and all of a sudden Disney says, wait a minute, that says SW Expanded Universe Continues.com. They're talking about us, and they're using our characters. Well, one, you have to start an account to get into the site.
Yep.
Okay? Two, the only person that'll have a real name on the account is me. All right?
Yep.
So they'd have to come to me. I have protection.
Yep.
I have already looked into it. Everyone else will be, I have my, well, basically what will happen is there'll be an internal PM system. You go in, boom, you get a PM. Hey, guess what? You'll send an email in to the secure site. Like, let's say someone's looking at the site and says, hey, I think this story's great. I want to publish it as a non-Star Wars story. Boom. I'm not going to leave any. Me and my admin people are not going to leave you hanging and not get you published. We're all about helping you out and also continuing the expanded universe. I've already got people for advertising. I've got a guy in Italy who makes custom-made clone trooper helmets that are just badass as hell.
Ooh.
I've been working on this for about a year. I finally come up with the finances for, and I'm so committed to this. I signed a 5-year contract for this site. Okay.
A 5-year contract?
Yes, a 5-year contract. So this is not like other guys have sit there and been like, oh, well, you know, I'm going to buy this little website. This is a full server. This is not just a little, hey, post up. There will be forums. There will be places to bitch at each other and yell. I will have a setup. Okay.
I have a question for you, David.
Yes, hit me.
I have a comic idea that I want to do. But
Yes.
my problem is I don't have an artist.
There's going to be a spot to find artists.
Okay.
There's another spot for this.
Yeah, that you don't mind me. Do you have I'm thinking about just get a mail store? Is it possible to do that on your site?
Slow down, buddy.
Alright. Alright. Speaking of your site, could your site work for my idea? I know the story's been retconned, but I told Gary Merrick's storyline, but after
Oh Lord.
41, but this
Any
time,
story can go on there
somehow
as long as it's Star Wars related.
Right.
yes,
And to be clear, because I'm sure you know this,
but
but
Delta Squad.
Yes. Go ahead, buddy.
Dylan?
to be
Oh,
clear, because
and-
I think
Go ahead, Dylan, please.
Oh, you finished.
Dylan.
to be clear, if you're going to contribute to this, because of licensing, because of copyrights, we can't actually make money off of this. This all has to be free. So,
Yes.
unfortunately, any artists, any writers you won't be compensated for this. You won't be. It's all because you love Star Wars and you want the story to continue.
Yes.
Okay.
That is. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you, Brad. And then I'm a little. I didn't come up here with a speech. It was, and it's about continuing what we love. It's continuing what they tried to take away from us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
You shouldn't have any problems with it as long as nobody's actually getting paid or actually reproducing copies of it in print and putting it out for
There
money.
are other ways to get
Concern
money.
I
though.
have is on the only thing that I'm worried about. The lawyer brought up to me was that at a certain point when it gets too large, because you automatically start getting paid by like Google and things like that. But we've already set up an escrow account just in case that happens, and to be put aside and not be spent other than to go back into the site. So,
Okay.
You can still
Yeah.
get money off of
cover
ad
it,
revenue.
look into this legally so that no one can get into trouble for doing this. I've researched every angle. I've not gone into this half-heartedly. It's something that I've always wanted to do. Once, as soon as they stated that they are basically not going to continue the expanded universe, it needed to be done. So
Mm-hmm.
No, you that's just a great idea. I love that. I really
Yeah.
do, David.
Why
And
not think of an idea?
you definitely got our support. Mine for sure. I can't speak for everybody else, but definitely mine. You definitely got my support. I love it. I just love that idea. So
You
It's-
got my
it's just
vote. You
great.
got my support, 100%.
You
Now,
have
is
my
there-
bow.
you have my axe.
Now, I think you said this, but is there going to be a group of continuity checkers in this to make sure that it still stays up to the standards that the EU was under Leland G and others?
yes.
Okay.
Because there's going to be a continuity section, and then there's going to be, your spin-offs, and then there's going to be your go this way. I mean, hell, I'm even going to let Star Trek and crossover area, which will make me.
Star Wars.
And does the continuity extend to other fan fiction works that are on this site as well?
Like Marvel with DC?
Yeah, but a lot of that, is going to have to deal with the writer, and that'll be up to the particular author and what they write, because of the fact that it is their work and it is a work of fiction.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because this is based, it is a primary Star Wars expanded universe. Okay? An example is of a work that has already been put in, is a Star Wars crossover with The Secret of the Nymph. It's an excellent piece. I'm pretty impressed with it. It kind of blows me away, because I would never put those two together.
Wait, put what together?
Star Wars and Secret of the Nymph.
How does that work?
You have to read it.
That sounds bad, actually.
I cannot explain it, but it works.
David, I got a quick question for you.
Go ahead.
I'm working on a piece myself, and my biggest fear of putting, like, say I went on your site and did this, is somebody stealing my story idea or plots. So to say, how are you going about keeping it so people don't, rip off from each other?
The only thing that I'm not going to be able to stop is someone copying screens. All right, and that's a chance that basically putting it out there in public. If you want your stuff to be seen, that happens. I mean, that's going to happen if you have your book published.
Hell, that happens to
I
movies
can't
too.
promise you that without you going out and getting your stuff copyrighted. I mean,
Okay.
that's one thing. I can do the best that I can by sending it into a secure site. I can make sure it's not copy and pasted and not tampered. Okay? But basically where they can't take the whole thing. But just like right now, I can go on your image right now, okay, and I can copy your image on a computer. All right? Even though you're not giving me permission for it. There's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much how the computer world works right now. I can probably get into your computer right now.
Yep.
And, but I'm going to do everything in my power, and with my computer guy's power, we've paid a lot of money for every plausible security defense.
Now just another question here, because I follow a lot of the Pro Expanded Universe pages. Have you contacted the Star Wars Expanded Universe Legends official continuation page?
He's an admin of it.
You are? Okay. I was just making sure that all the people with this idea were working together and did know about each other, and so we don't have multiple sites that are doing their own thing.
Oh yeah, they are.
There are certain people that I've tried. I'm not going to bring up any names that I've tried to work with. I've gone to the people that I felt were necessary. I think I've added a person at the. I think I've realized I'm looking for one more person to add to my team. I'm going to speak to my team tonight, probably either tonight or tomorrow. We're going to discuss it, but we'll go from there. But Jeremy, you've been pretty quiet. What, you got any questions?
No. Well, say I write something for you, you like it, you publish it on the website. Does that mean I have to be anonymous about it, or could I go on my YouTube channel and talk about what?
No. It is your work. It'll be your work. I don't own your work. Nobody owns. See, that's not how it works. It is your. See, it's not my website. Okay, it is. I don't see it as my website. It is our website. Okay, I'm just there to buffer everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
That's my only purpose. Okay. My goal, in all honesty, is to get this thing going. All right. And basically, I want to be able to step back, have someone step into my slot, have this thing hopefully become self-sufficient, okay, and be able to just write my stories, okay, and then it just runs on its own, and I've started something, and I can say, hey, kind of like a legacy kind of aspect.
Okay.
Right? I've spent a lot of my life destroying things and doing bad things that so this is me giving back because Star Wars has done a lot of good things for me, and I want to get back to Star Wars.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's really good. That's
Now,
awesome.
one more question I have, and I'm sorry if this is like nitty gritty stuff or like.
No,
But,
please.
But let's say somewhere down the road, Disney and Lucasfilm do decide to continue the expanded universe. What becomes of the website? And
It becomes what'll happen is it'll continue as a fan-based website. I will basically take it from being anonymous, okay, the way it is now. I will attempt to contact LFL and say, look, I've got all these incredible writers, okay? Hopefully they won't be like LFL was before, because I have multiple times tried to submit work to them, and they are the type, they used to be the type, Bantam, Del Rey are the type that only accept experienced writers.
What?
That is how they
They
work.
are.
That's
They've
stupid.
always been that way.
So that's
Why
how most
can't they
publishers
not
are, aren't they?
upcoming
It
writers?
can change. But who knows? I am not out to make any money out of this. Who knows what can happen?
Yeah.
I'll say I do have a friend who is a small-time publisher. That's not. I will not release his names, but he will monitor the site.
Small-time publisher, eh? This intrigues me.
So
Yeah.
guys, I'll put a link for that site down below in the description. Definitely support that site. It's
I'm
just
disappointed.
sounds so freaking awesome. Sounds really cool.
Yes.
Definitely.
A little bit to keep, because of the security aspects. It's taking the site is paid for up, but because of security aspects, it's not live yet.
And copyright reasons.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, but if anyone wants to start sending in stories, the email is set. The secure email is ready to go. It is our future at. Oh my goodness! Wait, hold on. It is.
get your pens now. Get your pens and paper now.
Yeah, right here.
This is a hell of a.
I'll put the email. You want me to put the email in the description in the video? Do you mind if I do that?
No, that's quite all
Or
right.
do you want?
Oh, that
Okay.
Let me tell you something. I picked this name because I figured it was the best way to go. Our future at SW Expanded Universe Continues.com. It's a hell of a name, isn't it?
SWExpandedUniverseContinues.com.
Yes.
Okay. Alright. I'll put that in the description. Alright. Cool.
I did that on purpose because I figured that way
It sticks.
it sticks. And you know what? It doesn't say Star Wars anywhere.
Very true.
Tim did the same thing on his site.
You want to talk about that too while we're on sites?
Yeah. Go ahead. If you don't want to,
yeah,
that's
so, anyways, I was gathering my thoughts there. The site, my crackers. The site, it's pretty much gonna be like a social media site. It's called SaveTheSWEU.org, and there's you can sign up, you can join groups on there, and we have different ways you can support on there, and we actually have like a little, or there's on the site there's like a certain ways that you can help the movement, whether it's through writing fan fiction or because there's other ways like something about This shit, hold on, let me look at it. Yeah, I didn't come in all prepared like I should have. Social media disruption. And so first week movie boycott, online ad inventory disruption and such stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, just sign up on the site. We need more activity on that site as well. So that's pretty much all I
It's
gotta
been
say
running.
about
It has members. It just no one posts on it. Please post on it.
Yes, because that's why I haven't been on as much. And oh yeah, and we might put the Wikipedia files on there.
The archived one that Tim did a while ago, right?
Yeah.
I was wondering where those were. I thought he had already put them up, but then I looked for them and they weren't there.
Yeah, I did too, but he hasn't gotten to it yet. Anyways, on to the next topic.
Okay. Let's talk about the Rebel Raid.
Ooh! Rebel Raid! That almost wasn't.
That almost wasn't. Yes, we got it back up. Group of admin people from the expanded alliance group and I got it back up. It is same time, March 3rd, which is the date that Heir to the Jedi comes out. We are going to go to the StarWars.com under their books section. Whatever article, whatever article that shows up about their books, we're going to comment politely asking for them to continue the expanded universe. Be very polite. Be very nice to them.
Can I jump in here?
Yes.
So basically, people, mind you, all these Rebel raids for the most part have been very well done. But we do have the few people who we've been cussing this whole time, so I'm just gonna cuss here. They say, "Fuck you, Disney, you fucking assholes." I want the EU back. They're not gonna do it that way. You gotta be kind about it, you know. Say congratulations with your book. Yeah. When's the L word gonna come out? When are we gonna have more of the L word, new L word stuff coming out?
I mean, just say something like, "Hey, Heir to the Jedi sounds like an interesting book. It's just not for me. What would be for me is more expanded universe books. If you could please release that, you'd make a lot of us one of us hardcore fans happy. Something like that. So do that on the StarWars.com page, as well as the Disney, Lucasfilm, and Star Wars social media pages like the Twitter, Facebook, Google+. And we also have an email address that we can send emails to directly to Lucasfilm, which I'm going to look that up right now. And again, this is all be very polite. We're cussing them out and hating on Disney is on what they're doing is going to get us nowhere. Be very polite with this.
And threatening them won't get you anywhere either.
No, it'll get your comments deleted, and that
well,
helps
even
no one.
being polite gets your comments deleted.
That's on Facebook.
Yeah, that's on the Facebook, and that's only some of the sites. The Del Rey page stopped doing that. I know the Disney page does that, but a lot of the pages have stopped deleting our comments, which is nice.
It was a stupid ass. What's this site called? Some sort of movie site. They whenever I was trying to promote and get people to join the movement, they deleted some of my comments and they blocked my damn IP.
Are you talking about the guy who does Who Wants Battlefront 3?
Oh no, not that asshole. It was no, it was Screen Rants. That's what it was.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Shit-tards.
Okay, so
Classic Tristan, right there.
Yeah.
So I believe.
This is why I don't do raids.
Okay, so I believe the email address for Disney, it is thewaltdisneycompany.com/contact-us/corporate-communications, and the Lucasfilm one is publicity@lucasfilm.com. And the Walt Disney one is, I believe, a site that you can click to that, like, then the site will allow you to send emails to them. If I have that correct.
Okay.
I can Django, I can give you at the end of the call, I can give you a link to the social media, to the event page, and you can just put it in the.
Yeah. In the description. Yeah, I'll do that. Definitely.
Yeah, you follow the link and it gives you name, email, what describes you, and then comments, which is where you could put the body of your email and you can send it in.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, definitely. We want to definitely get that out, and we want more people to absolutely support the Rebel Raid. The more the merrier. Okay, we just need as many people as possible to, just tell Disney, send them a friendly email saying that, your new stuff is all right, but we really want the old Legend stuff better. I mean, we love that stuff, so we're diehard fans. We want.
See, you made David leave, Django. You used the L word.
I'm back.
Dang it. No, he's not coming back.
Oh no.
Sean, any thoughts on this?
Yeah, please.
Oh, when everything first started hitting the fan, I was on there doing some of the raids and stuff, and I was polite, and I agree with Jeremy on that, and Dylan, that you have to be nice. Being a shithead like that just does not work, period. But I got to the point on the sites where it was just getting ridiculous on some of the stuff, and I was already mad enough as it was that Lucas sold Star Wars off, and I just had to step back for a while, and lately here I've been kind of getting back into it and probing some of the sites, and it's cooled down some, but I think if we keep doing the stuff that we've been doing, if you've got the money to do it, I wish I could go out and keep buying extra books, but I mean, if I've already got a copy, it's a little hard for me to justify with my money situation at the moment to go buy a double.
I know the feeling, man.
So, but I mean, I think it's getting across, and it's just going to take some more time because they're going to see that the sales are going up on the EU books and not on their books, and it's just going to take some time, and as long as we play along and be nice about it, I think eventually we'll end up getting the EU back, and I don't care if it's under the L banner, because it'll still be that way because Disney's going to keep doing their own stuff because they own it now. So, I mean, there's not much we can do about that unless somebody's got $4 billion or more to go buy Star Wars from Disney. So.
Well, they're bound to start printing the L banner stuff soon, like new stuff, because their stuff isn't selling well at all. And New Dawn did terribly for a Star Wars book.
Yeah, and that's another thing about the raid. The raid is important, but also what is equally as important is do not buy Heir to the Jedi. If you really want it, if you really want to buy Heir to the Jedi, I ask you, please wait a few weeks on it. Please wait a few weeks or rent it at the library. That way we don't give that way we help show them that we are not interested in these books. If their books keep failing like A New Dawn and Tarkin have done, they keep going so far past the top 100, we'll make our message. And another thing is we need to keep this up. The raids are just us, saying, hey, it's been a year and we still want Legends. We're not going away. We're gonna keep bringing this up until you bring it back. If we give up now, Disney
not going to take it.
Exactly.
No, we're not gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. I love that song.
Alright, so we gotta.
It's just standing our ground. I mean, the sales have been proving it already with their new books. I mean, unfortunately, with the comic books, it's a different story, and for some reason,
Yeah.
all of a sudden, people think Star Wars exists again in comic book form when it's been around for all these years.
No.
Yeah,
The comic books are doing what normal Marvel comic books do. For
Yeah,
instance, Star Wars 1 sold 1 million, Star Wars 2 sold only 200,000. So they're already going down.
yeah.
And
Well,
keep looking at it. If they sustain 1 million to hundreds of thousands for the entire series, then then that's bad. But if
Yeah.
like all their comics, they just go down and down and down until they have to reboot it again, then
Mhm.
it's like, oh, well, it's just like all their other comics. It's the same people buying their comics.
well, Marvel's
I-
Marvel. I don't think they
Not
think
Marvel
that Star
zombies.
Wars is going to serve. It's going to be fine on its own, and I don't think they're focusing on Star Wars right now because they're going to reboot. They have Secret Wars coming
Secret
up,
Wars.
and that they're not focusing on Star Wars. So I think that it was a quick gimmick. That's why they had so many variant covers of Star Wars #1. All of them have like 1,000 variant covers for each one.
And that's what intrigued everybody because like there's like a cover for everyone to discover and just like want to buy, even though the comic may be shit. The cover is just very appealing, just
And then
look at that
Marvel
cover.
fanboys will buy anything that says Marvel 1 just because it might be worth something. So there's
Well, I
people.
bought Star Wars, the first 2 issues of Star Wars. For those of you who don't know, I gave it a try, like on account of I was getting out of Marvel, and and I was curious to see what they would do with the Marvel series. Issue 1 did what every Marvel 1 issue does. It gets action-packed and it draws you in. And unfortunately, Marvel Star Wars #2 does what a lot of Marvel and DC stories do, which it tapers off, and in Star Wars #2's case, it was #2.
So I'm confused. Is it good or bad or is it awful?
It's awful.
How bad is
It's
it?
the same thing
Watch Jeremy's can rants.
Yeah, watch my can rants. No, it's
Yeah,
not
I
even
do.
a can rant. It's
Oh,
me
that's
sitting
right.
here. I couldn't put it on a can rant because I tried to shove it down the toilet.
I think overall, though, with the comic books, they're going to sell better than the novels, unfortunately.
No, they're not gonna sell.
Yeah,
They're gonna
I see.
bomb.
Because the Marvel fanboys.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Marvel Zombies.
Watch
Yeah,
how they go. Watch their 7th. Watch their 8th issue. Those are those sales numbers really tell you how many people are actually reading these comics and are actually going through the series. Not the ones. The ones and the 2s and
Why?
3s are almost always a bad representation of who is legitimately reading and caring about the story.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about the collectors. It's always speculators. The speculator boom, speculator bubble, like the 90s.
Well, the
It memories.
Star Wars, it will just sell on its by name alone, which is why it's so great that, in a way, that these these Del Rey books aren't doing well. It's actually sending a message. But with the comic books, like I've been around a lot of people in the comic book world, and they like this new Star Wars because they didn't read the Dark Horse stuff, or they just weren't even that interested in it.
They're missing out.
Mhm.
Dark Horse
And
is
again,
so
Dark Horse.
And that's
Why Dark Horse didn't sell is because it wasn't a major comic book company.
No, it wasn't.
And the people only know
Yeah.
two
Marvel
comic-
and DC.
Oh, Image. There's still Image. Image.
Yeah, it's
is
just
good.
it's Marvel and DC. That's all it is. Yeah.
No, people don't know Image.
That's a debatable at this
Yeah,
point.
that's debatable. We did
It's
Walking
really
Dead.
getting up there. Image is really.
The only reason I think Image is really popular right now is because of The Walking Dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Spawn.
But the thing is, that came from that is because of the show. No one would have known about the comics if it wasn't for the show. Like, it wouldn't have gotten that much popularity.
Or the more casual fans would.
Yeah, more
the
casual
people who
fans.
had fun in the comics, yeah.
Wait,
Wow. That's just dumb.
fables.
When I said Spawn, you guys didn't like light up your eyes.
Well, the market turned quite a bit, so I mean the whole create your own thing is the big buzz right now as far as comic books go.
Yeah.
And they want
that's-
something different that's not been around for 70 years or whatever.
Or 80 years.
and doesn't reboot all the time because they're giving up. Like DC is going to reboot again. They got this convergence thing going on. It's probably going to be a reboot.
I'm hoping reboot, but I want Pre-52 back. Give me Wally West back.
They'll never. It's very unlikely they will ever go back to the Pre-52. They'll do what they did with the New 52, which is they're going to cram Batman's had 4 Robins in 5 years. One of them died. Batman had his back broken. And all those main DC events were, for the most part, were all crushed together, or they redid them again.
How? It doesn't make any sense because they did Crisis on Infinite Earths, Imminent Crisis, Identity Crisis, Final Crisis. Imminent Crisis. Final Crisis.
Well, this is a whole other discussion for another.
Yeah.
Blackest Night.
DC. And then Marvel's. But my point was, Marvel's doing the same thing. They're just going to. After Secret Wars, it's looking like they're going to reboot their whole continuity. And so, I'm thinking this is the fate for Star Wars from now on, for at least the comics.
After Secret Wars, Ultimate Universe, bye-bye. My favorite title on Spider-Man, gone. MC2, gone.
But that's comics for you.
Comics are made for a generation, and then they change.
Iron Man has 7 different origin stories.
Oh yeah, he has.
We're now 5.
Back to the topic.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Anyway, guys, support the Rebel Raid. Go do your part, and support the EU and join in the Rebel Raid. Okay, and I'll put a link for the Rebel Raid Facebook. I think it's like the Facebook page or event down below. So I'll just put a link for that. The next topic is Star Trek in a Star Wars reviewers
the accursed
video.
Thing. We can't be Star Trek fans, Django, because we're Star Wars fans.
But I think
Great man dies.
But
I know.
This trumps all. Okay, this is something we have to talk about.
Yes, we do. We do.
Hey, J.J. Abrams, as much as I dislike Jar Jar Abrams, okay, all right, gave Spock some credit, okay?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He gave him some credit by destroying everything that was Star Trek and making them into decent movies.
Mm-hmm.
He made those movies decent because I actually watched those 2 movies. I could never sit through anything that was Star Trek.
Really?
And I
Same here.
enjoyed watching both Star Trek movies.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed listening to Spock. He actually made some sense.
Yeah.
Although, 2 Spocks.
That's a lot of Spocks.
I like.
If you guys haven't heard, Spock, aka Leonard Nimoy, has passed away earlier today.
I guess we're back to
And
one
he's prospering right now, man. It's like I can't do it. But you know the phrase "live long and prosper." That guy is prospering right now. It's just he passed away at like 83. Yeah, he passed at 83. That's a hell of an age right there. Whew.
Why did 2 of me?
But like he was.
Trust me.
Yeah, he was just a very instrumental figure in just the sci-fi realm. He really was. I know we're Star Wars fans. We're big fanboys of Star Wars, but like he was really big into Star Trek. Like he really believed he was Spock at some point in his life. And then, a coworker of mine we were discussing the news, and he said that he actually wrote a book saying that, oh, I am Spock. Like it's called I Am Spock, and then years later, it's like a book saying like I am not Spock. That was the title. So like for years he thought he was Spock at some point because like he really believed in his character and loved his character so much. And that's just like his character was just pretty awesome, and the guy himself was just amazing. And he went to all these different conventions, and that is really cool. That,
He,
that's
he
just-
also he gets points for me because he said no to Generations.
Yeah.
He
Yes.
said no. That's immediately an A+ in my book. But I love Star Trek. I love the 6 original movies. I love the TV show. Not as much as Star Trek, granted. Not Star Wars, I should say. I'm not into the Star Trek comics. I'm not into the books.
Oh, they have comics.
Same
and
here.
books.
Let's go
Yeah.
to a Class M planet where the red guy and the guy in the red shirt dies.
Yep.
White. And
Yep.
guy in the blue shirt saves somebody else. Beam me up,
Yep.
Scotty! We'll show for 20 years.
yeah.
Yep.
Whole show for 20 years.
Premier Enterprise.
So let me get your guys' thoughts on this. Like, I want to hear you guys' thoughts, just about Spock. Okay.
Who
So,
goes first?
who wants to
Well,
go first?
I'll go
go
first.
ahead.
I'll go first.
Go ahead, Dylan.
I'll go first because I'm not really that big of into Star Trek, so I think let's get the worst one out of the way. While I wasn't big into Star Trek, I think I can recognize the impact that he had on the sci-fi community in general. And as a sci-fi fan, even though I don't care much for Star Trek, I can appreciate what he did and the man he was. And honestly, I'm sad that he's gone
Yeah.
because he's really an important figure in our community, and that's what I have to say about that.
Beautifully said.
Yeah, beautifully said.
Sean.
I like Trek. I'm not as big into it like I am with Star Wars, but I felt Spock, his character, Leonard Nimoy's character, was probably one of the best things about the show and the movies and stuff. And I was a little surprised when I heard the announcement today on the news that he had passed, and he not only was he just the Trek stuff, he was in over 69 different television shows, and he was also an accomplished photographer and a poet. So I think in general, the guy was well-rounded and was extremely well-liked. So I know personally I'm gonna miss him because he was a good chunk of my life. So
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go.
Alright, who's next? I'll go.
Basically, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I was force-fed Star Trek because my mom was a total sci-fi person. He was actually the one part of Star Trek that I actually enjoyed because on a regular basis he used to beat up Captain Kirk, which I kind of enjoyed.
Yeah. I did too.
I like the fact that the smart guy was also super tough. I liked that. And that was something, and he didn't have to be emotional all the time. His character just, and the way he played it. And then later on in life, all the things that he did, they just all around. He was a great influence on a lot of things, and definitely, I think he would have done, even behind the camera, the things he did made a big influence. So he definitely will be missed throughout the whole sci-fi genre.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
I'll go next.
Sad thing. Go ahead, Debbie.
Yeah. Well, what like you guys said, I'm not really into Star Trek that much. I never grew up Star Trek.
I think we lost him.
Oh, okay.
I'll go.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Let me cue up music here.
Oh, please don't do it.
Oh, that's-
Can I mute him now?
Or
Can we do just a singular mute? Because I really hate that music. Oh my
You
god.
hit the
when I was a
mute button
kid,
on your laptop or computer.
let's do
I
this.
just got this damn thing. I don't know where to. I'm old, remember? I just got a touchscreen. I'm like,
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Is that Irish?
no, it's tabs. Or no. Is that tabs? No.
No,
What?
it's shoot, I should know that. I played this song once.
So this music is played at the end of Wrath of Khan, one of the
Oh,
best.
geez.
Star
It's Amazing
Trek
Grace.
Amazing Grace, yes.
Grace.
I should know that. I teach Sunday school.
And one of the most powerful moments in all of science fiction was when Spock dies at the end of Wrath of Khan and
Spoiler alert.
Beach. Well, that's common knowledge.
Yeah, I know.
Is it?
That's up there with like Luke's Vader's son.
I've never watched Star Trek.
No,
so
I
didn't
did
know.
not know that.
Wait, what? Is it your son? When did this happen?
Anyway, so
Wait,
this
Spock dies? I thought
when
this died today.
when Leonard Nimoy passed away, I went and I watched the end of Wrath of Khan, and it fit perfectly. And I think that he is one of the most inspirational people in the sci-fi community. He contributed so much to everything, and he was a part of a show that was I consider to be one of the godfathers of what we have of modern science fiction. Yeah. Live long and prosper.
Love it.
You timed that almost perfectly.
Yeah.
It's ending as the.
He truly lived long, and now he's just prospering. He really is. But he will be missed. He will be missed by everyone. Like even us Star Wars fans who don't really know too much about Star Trek. He just meant a lot to the science fiction community. He really did. But don't want to get too mopey now. Let's discuss one. This is the final
Tristan
topic.
get skipped.
Well,
Tristan, do you have
Tristan,
anything to say?
yeah, Tristan, what do you have to say, man?
Uh,
You don't know really too much about Star Trek, do you?
well, not to sound like a jackass, but I don't know shit about Star Trek. But
No, no worries.
well,
Leonard
rest in peace, Leroy.
Leonard Nimoy.
Nimrod. Oh,
God damn it.
Every Star Trek fan we have just closed YouTube right there.
And now they're targeting Tristan's channel. They're thumbing down all of his videos. And
wait, did I just call him Leroy Nimrod? Well, thank you for your contribution.
Well, let's just hope that none of your drill sergeants are Star Trek fans.
Yeah, I hope. I also hope they're not either. Yeah, but rest in peace and prosper, Leonard Nimoy.
Leonard Nimoy.
Did I say thank you for your science fiction contributions? There you go. Thank you. Okay. On to the next topic now.
Quickly.
Should I have gone
Alright.
last with the
Alright.
with the music?
All right, let's get to the last topic. This is the very last topic, and then we'll say our goodbyes.
We have to go for
Is-
3 hours though.
Well, we're getting close. Well, no, actually, we're doing better than the second
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Oh wow, yeah. I don't even know what the time is right now. Does this show?
It's over 2 hours 13 minutes is what's been
Okay.
broadcast so far.
Let me just do this really fast then. Okay. All right. Anyway, so there is a new Facebook page that I just created called Crossroads of the Omniverse, and I'll put a link in the description. So all about Star not all about Star Wars. Don't listen to that guy. So I created this Facebook page because I wanted to. I want us all to talk about when it comes to comics, TV shows, movies, everything but Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm actually glad he made the group because I was kind of thinking about one, but I didn't know what to.
Because like I'm already a part of a bunch of Star Wars groups, and
Yeah.
all we talk about is Star Wars.
Mhm.
But as you guys can see, I love everything else. Like I love movies, I love all this stuff, and I
Yeah.
want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I want to just want to talk with everybody else about all this different stuff. So that's why I figured I'd create this group, and I just wanted to share that with you guys, and make sure you guys join. So yeah, I mean if just your input would be great, and to make it even bigger and better. And same for the Star Wars reviewers Facebook page. If you guys can think of anything I can change, anything I can add, that would be great. I know Jeremy, Dylan, I made you guys as admins, so you guys can always make those changes yourself.
Mhm.
So you're more than welcome to do so.
I would always talk to you first before I did
Yeah.
a radical change to it, though.
Radical.
Maybe one of us can set this up, but maybe we do like a group messaging between the three of us so we can
Yeah.
do that.
Us
Yeah,
Triforce
yeah.
right now. Maybe the Triforce of Star Wars reviews.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Triforce, yeah, I like that.
Speaking of Triforces, Crossroads the Omniverse. Basically, I said this before the Hangout began, but it's a group for Star Wars fans who like to talk about things that aren't Star Wars sometimes, you know?
Like Halo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Halo.
like, for instance, I just reviewed Aliens Fire and Stone, and I wanted to share that with everyone.
Hey, you guys say Triforce, but you forgot there's a fourth admin that nobody knows about.
Edward?
No.
No one. See, you made David, Tristan. You've done
Sorry,
that twice now.
It's Tristan who's the other admin as well, so of course. The name
Well, the
was announced.
Triforce is 3 triangles that make up 1 triangle. So,
So Tristan can be the middle. He can be the middle section of that Triforce.
So I'll be the
Doesn't
leader.
that make that kind of like a gangbang looking thing?
well, I'll let you.
okay.
Get your mind out the gutter, Jeremy. God
What
damn.
did this... Remember we talked about getting this video not taken down from YouTube or flagged?
Well, I probably already offended somebody multiple times, especially.
You
with-
offended every single Star Trek fan who's listening.
Yeah, they've all unsubscribed from you and they've thumbed down every one of our videos.
Probably.
Even
I
if we
accidentally
haven't made
said that.
videos yet, they're thumbed down already.
They subscribe to you just so they can thumb down the videos and give you a bad comment.
It's like they got like some app to thumbs down my channel.
Oh, bots! They got bot accounts.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that one guy, Dave. Oh,
Baloney.
shoot. Yeah, Baloney. Yeah, that's his name.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that account.
Oh
I
yeah,
forgot
that guy.
about that.
I wouldn't be
Did
surprised.
he actually rewrite all the comments that came before him?
I don't think so.
From the last one?
He might have. You never know.
I tried
Well, I
to make
don't
a call
think-
back.
I don't think
Joke.
Dave Baloney even knows how to spell or
He's
type
probably-
correctly.
He's too busy looking at those covers, saying, "Hey, that's a nice cover." Like on our thumbnails.
yeah.
That thumbnail really speaks to me, you know.
Yeah, it changed my life.
Do you think he has a book which is just covers? Like he just turns the page and it's another cover? And that's
He
all the
looks at
reading he
Star
does?
Wars panel to panels by
Scrapbook.
Dark Horse. And he looks at all the single issue covers because that's all that those books are.
Yeah. That's what he he does read. He just reads his book that's full of covers.
And he's like, that cover spoke to me. That cover scared me.
This cover inspired my episode of Clone Wars where I made the droids go to a beauty shop.
Oh, and they were getting a topping for Padme's cake. Are you talking about
Yeah.
that episode?
Yeah.
I think Matt talked about it, and I was just like, really? They had an episode of that?
Yo, that kind of that turned me off from the show. That's like I'm like I do not want to watch the rest of that show anymore.
Yeah. It just episodes like that just made me feel like Filoni had some ideas, but not enough to fill out the the required number of episodes per season, which
Yeah.
that's what it really comes down to. There are some good episodes in the Clone Wars, but
Yeah.
there are just as many bad episodes. It's
Probably more.
You know
Yeah.
that I legitimately tried to get him to debate his Star Wars against me. I tried to get on numerous. He went on a few different podcasts of people that I know, and I tried, to use all the different people that I know to get him to defend his Star Wars, and I never got a response. I got a response from his people that he felt he didn't have to defend. Not in those words, and it was never through them directly, it was through the guys that I knew, and they'd say, look, it's not going to happen, blah, 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 blah. Because I want nothing more than to get my hands and just say, okay, explain why you did this. Because if you can come up with a good reason why, okay, or how with some of these ideas that he had.
I'm back.
Mhm.
Because only I make true Star Wars.
I'm back.
Because his hat says so.
For 20 years.
That's all I ask.
just to be clear, we're not talking about this Clone Wars, okay? We are talking about the 2008 Clone Wars.
Yeah, we're talking about.
Wait, God.
We're also not talking about this Clone Wars.
Oh, Lord.
There's a lot of things
Don't
that say
even
Clone
bring the
Wars.
Clone Wars up.
Yeah.
I didn't.
In my eye, Dylan, in my eyes, the Clone Wars that you've shown is the true Clone Wars.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
I agree
It
too.
showed what happened. It explained about Grievous. It explained the whole concept and led up to
Episode 3.
Not only did it explain Grievous,
We're
but
not
it
talking about
explained
this Clone Wars.
why he could take down Jedi
Yeah, that's the
Jedi
one.
so easily, but why sometimes he couldn't. They actually
Yeah.
explained that.
yes.
What was the
but it
2008
also
Clone Wars TV
explained
show?
Anakin.
You see his trial of the skill, you see his trial of the spirit, and some great foreshadowing with that trial of the spirit when he's in the
Yep.
cave.
Oh, yeah.
Spoiler
Yeah.
alert.
The only
And then
thing about
the
it was
Republic
that-
comic run is a great companion to that show.
It is?
Yes, I love
How?
it. It's great.
Yeah.
How?
Oh, you have to read it, man.
Yeah.
There's so many connections.
Speaking of which,
Yeah,
that's
there is a connection with the TV show.
Speaking of which, actually, that don't mind me. I still not do my full bot on Leonard Nimoy before I get cut off. My stupid Wi-Fi crashed on me. Stupid computer. Yeah. So can I fit my thoughts on the Leonard Nimoy thing?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think that's just about it, guys. If you guys can think of anything else,
Yeah.
Star Wars related.
The Power fan film we talk about. Any thoughts?
We can wait for that the Crossroads and the Omniverse Google Hangouts where we only talk about Star Wars for some reason.
Yeah.
Because that's what's gonna happen. We're gonna get a Google Hangout for that group.
We're gonna eventually come back to it. Yeah, we're just all gonna talk about Star Wars.
Yeah.
That was a great name. That was chosen by all of us. We all voted for that name, and Sean actually came up with that idea for that name. I was just like, wow, that's an incredible name.
No, actually, I voted for Random Fandom.
Yeah, I voted for that one too.
Yeah,
but I'm
you
okay
did.
with Crossroads the Omniverse.
The only thing about Crossroads the Omniverse is that Omniverse sounds like Ben 10.
Yeah, it does. It's a Ben 10
There's nothing
No, wait, that's a bad show.
No, but besides that, it's a cool name.
It's
Cool
Ben
name.
10. He has 10 monsters, and then he adds more monsters, and
10,000.
he has like 12 and like 13, and then like, but he doesn't
And
lose
it's not
them.
even
So
10.
like,
Yeah.
it's not 10 anymore.
That's because he was 10 years old, I think, in the
I
original
know.
Ben 10 series.
Yeah, but
Then they made
a
him
sequel
14.
series. Yeah, they made
Then Club Ben 14.
Then he became an adult in the next series, and then
So
there was
wait,
those live-action movies we don't talk about.
Yeah,
Oh wait, the live action movies
actually,
existed?
Ben 10,
Yeah,
Ben
that
10,
was a
Alien
thing.
Force, Ben 10.
Save this for the Omniverse.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Uh,
Because we'll have a whole
We can
show
actually
dedicated
do.
to Ben 10.
why?
Yeah.
We can actually do a hang with the Crossroads of the Omniverse group, and we can talk everything there. We can actually do a hangout. I'm not sure when, but
It must.
It will probably
This is-
get done
this-
before Jen goes to my podcast on Arnold Schwarzenegger starts.
yeah,
I'm in.
So
do that, man. I love talking about Arnold films.
Yeah.
But
What's over there?
we don't want to discuss it here. We'll talk about it another time.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it. We're gonna do the next hangout next month. These hangouts that we do it once a month, so it's already like the 27th of February 27th.
Yeah, only in March.
Wow.
It's like a wrap-up.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so we'll do it next month, probably late next month. Another hangout. So I'll let you guys know the date. I'm not sure when yet, but we'll find out whenever.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for joining me, and really appreciate talking to you guys. Dave, Sean, thank you guys for coming in, and I know you guys were new, and yeah, thank you. Hopefully you guys come and join next time too.
Yeah, no problem.
All you guys.
Sorry about the shaky
All right.
beginning. Yeah.
No worries. All right, so we'll just end it here, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Bye.
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 Bye.